guys, it's now with Olympus Reptiles, and today we're kind of doing a little bit of a follow-up video. We did our venomous rack tour video, if you remember, and we're in the shop now, and it's gone. So we can't show you that anymore. The good news is we converted over a different rack to our venomous rack for possible expansion in the future, and just to have more cages, so I can get some of the things that are in single cages out into the rack. It affords the snakes a little more space as well, so that's a good thing. And today's really our first day working with it after we got the snakes in it and got it kind of put together. So it's kind of fancy. Actually, it's not. It's old as crap, but it works great for what we do. Nothing's perfect. So before anybody says anything, yes, I would love to have more space in here. I absolutely would, but we just don't have that. We run into the wall, so I'm not able to open and close quite as quick as I'd like, but it actually is doable because of the tightened space, having more stuff in here and having less room. I've had to take some precautions that I don't normally take, but in tighter enclosures, working with these, you have more danger. So obviously, tools. Use your tool, right, guys? Always use your tool. Safety first, and because your hands, one of the worst places to get bit, one of the most likely places to get bit. So don't stick your hands in there. The other place is feet. Should something get on the ground, it's not going to hurt it. So since we're in tight confinement, I've actually gone to my snake boots. They go clear up to here, and they are venom-proof, bite-proof. They are made for, they're basically a hunting boot that's made for hunting in snake country that is tested. They've got Kevlar, and they do stop things from penetrating. I don't plan on testing the warranty, but that's what they're made for. I will tell you, my feet are hot as balls. So if you ever wear these, you're going to sweat. That's why I hate wearing them. That's why most of my videos I have open space. You see me like in a pair of usually flip-flops or socks or whatever, barefoot, because I really just, this sucks, but again, it's because of the space. So, Kurt, if you want to step over here, we'll kind of show a few things. All right, before we do that, I lied, because if I don't show this, camera guy Kurt's going to yell at me later, and I got to keep him happy. And camera guy Kurt fashioned this system because we are in a place where there is public access at times. People do come back here. Shop's closed right now, that's why I have to do all this crap late. But we have these big, heavy metal rods, steel beams, steel bars, and we have bolted in these eye loops in here. So basically what happens is this will fit on here, it'll fit on here, maybe, like that. We have some master locks that drop through the eyelets, locking both those in place. That one got a little loose, put it on there, and then it locks it in. These up here do not have venomous snakes in them. I'll never put venomous in the top. The reason is I'm then working above my head, and that's just not cool. So we do have animals in here, but Angolan, things like that. So these don't get locked. These do. When this is locked in place, as you can see, it can't open. So that's kind of the point of that. He's really proud of that system. He did a good job, so I want to give him credit. For the record, the cage you just saw me open my hand is empty, so I'm not putting my hand in anything bad. So you guys realize that. All right. We started labeling them, but they're not all labeled because we just started doing that. This used to house ball pythons. Any more questions about the rack itself, Kurt?
What is the skull and crossbones?
Well, I didn't do this. This is something that Dave did. And Dave went ahead and wrote the common name and the Latin name on there, and they put this little skull and crossbones to say, this shit'll kill you. So give it some respect. Here's the problem. These two are currently empty cages. As I move some things around, they're going to contain Western Diamondbacks, so I haven't moved them over yet. Wanted to play with this a little bit more first. All these with silver spots on them also contain venomous snakes that I haven't labeled yet. And then you've got these down here, some of which contain venomous snakes that I haven't labeled yet. Like that one and that one. So, these are all, from here down, you should treat it as it's bad. One of the nice things, and you may be able to see if you come up here and look, is with these having a window, I can kind of take a peek in and see what's where. So I can already see that, okay, this tub needs water, and the snake also shed, and I have a copperhead right there waiting to say hi to me. So I know when I go into service this cage, I get an idea of what I'm dealing with. Same here, my little prairie is right there at the front. But I can look, in a lot of these and see, like here, he's not right up there, so when I go to open this, I know I got a little room, spot him, there he is clear in the back. And if we look at this guy here, he does, oh God, that's such a cute little sound. He does appear to be in shed. See the milky blue eyes? And that is one of our little Massasaugas. And again, even though he can't reach out and touch me from here, use your tool to close. Alright, ready to have some fun?
Yep.
With the moving and everything else, it's been a while since we fed a few of these guys, so that's kind of what we're doing. We've already started, and Kurt said, hey, why don't we make a video? So that's what we're going to do. A lot of these are wild-caught animals. It means they do eat live. They don't eat frozen thawed nearly as well. We do feed live. It's going to look really terrible. So if you're squeamish about that, stop now. Don't yell at me later. I'm telling you we're going to do it. So I don't want to hear anybody going, oh my God, I am feeding them live. We are going to use this little tool. This little tool's actually some kind of medical tool, I think. I really don't know. We have a nurse here. Is this a medical tool?
It can be used for one, yes.
What's it used for?
Biopsy. I don't know.
Biopsy, you don't know? I'm going to talk to you about that later. I had a biopsy done. They kind of tried to screw me over on price. I'm a little pissed about that. But anyway, what we'll do is this little hook here, we'll grab onto the rat's tail, and you let the button go. It squeezes it, holds it in there. You're going to hit the button and then release it. Again, it's keeping my hand free. That does sound terrible, but I want to show you. See? Show the button's fully released, Kurt. It's fully on my finger. Yes, I feel it. No, I'm not screaming in pain. You can see it makes a little indentation. It won't leave a bruise. With just a little bit of rubbing, the mark's pretty much already going away. So it does not do any damage or any hurt. It's going to feel like a pinch. I'm not going to lie. Okay, but I don't want you to think I'm breaking their tail or doing more damage than I have to do this. But this is the safest way to do it without a big, super long tongue, which I can't get in there as easy and manipulate. So that's why I use this tool. Any questions?
No.
You will hear the rat or mouse make some noises when I do that. The nice thing about this too, if I put it there and he doesn't feed, I can pull it back out without having to manipulate the snake and the rodent at the same time. So, we're going to start wherever you want to be, Kurt. We're going to start with my little baby prairie. That's what we're going to start with. I don't know if you want to be over here or where you want to be.
I don't know which one you're doing.
Right there, baby prairie.
Didn't you already do that one?
No, I didn't do that one.
Okay.
I just got specific food items for him.
Okay.
Where do you want to be for that?
Right here.
Right here? I'm going to be standing right in your way. I'm telling you, I'm going to be in the worst possible spot for you. And Kurt is using a nice zoom lens, so he's going to look a lot closer than he really is. You have to trust that he's not that close. So again, we just kind of hook this here. Oh, you're going to be sneaking on me. When they're sneaky, we just do it by hand. See, they feel it, but you saw me do it to myself, so it's not that bad. And we're going to take him, get a good, oh, see, this is what I don't like about this rack. We have to figure out what we're going to need to grease and how we're going to do that. There we got to come. And you can see that prairie, he is right there. There, he already bit it. And once they bite it, I go ahead and release. We'll see if we can watch that venom take effect. It varies how fast it goes. You can see right there, as Kurt throws the thing at me. Kurt, I'll pull that out a little further for you. I want to let you know before I do it. Sound good? Mm-hmm. Just going to put that snake a little closer to you. You can see the mouse is already struggling, so death happens pretty quick. And we're done. That's all there is to it. I mean, that last 10-15 seconds is mostly just nerves and the body's still kicking when the things are done. So this snake here is growing really well. This is that baby we had here on site. Really, really happy with that baby. It's got this really cool little spot too. Let me see if I can show it to you. I think it's just kind of a weird little light spot right there. Isn't that neat? It's just really pretty green color. Another one there. It's really nice blushing within the pattern. Just a beautiful example of what a prairie can be. So we'll close him back up and we'll move on to the next one. So, all right. Now again, I don't know what's in some of these. We'll we already fed that one. This is what happens when I stop halfway through. That one's empty still. That's good. Where is my red one, Kurt? I know we put a red one in here. I don't know where it's at. I bet it's right here. No, that's that tegu, isn't it? Yeah, I can see that tegu. It's in the banana one. There's my red one. We're going to try to feed this guy. And again, don't take your attention off of that thing. So if I'm going to take my attention and put it towards the rat, then I'm going to close that completely. It's just not worth, you can't divide your attention when dealing with these. I know. Watch yourself. Okay, you ready? And that's what I don't like is that wall being right there. He also looks like he's going in the shed. So this feed may not go so well. I like, it's going to go fine. So that is one of the wild caught reds. And you can see he looks really dusky right now. Doesn't really look that red, which I'm bummed about, but he has gone into shed full blown. You can see the red or the blue eye curve. I wouldn't go any closer than that. A really pretty animal. I really, really like this one. This is actually the male that I caught personally out of the 3. So that's awesome. He's my buddy. He just doesn't know it. There you go. Doing fine. Close him back up. All right. Let's see. Who else do we have? Anybody? Anybody? Oh, you know what? I do want to show you one more because you guys have never seen this one. This is one that kind of came to us by way of a buddy. Now, this is a native Kansas species, all right? And bonus points, which really mean nothing in the whole scheme of things. So the first person to come on here and tell me on a comment where these are located in Kansas. It's a very specific area. So if you know, hey, what this is our little cottonmouth. He's in the hide. I'll see if I can't get him to come out of here. Woo! I don't know if you saw how quick that was. He already popped out. There he did again. He's pulling it into the hide. For the sake of the camera, I'm going to go ahead and pick that hide up just a little bit so y'all can get a view at him. There he is. That is a cottonmouth or water moccasin. So if you know where that thing comes from, and you can see that mouse is already also a goner, let me know. They are native to the state. This, I'll give you kind of a hint. This is probably the most, in my opinion, misidentified snake in the nation, at least in Kansas. I shouldn't say nation because I'm not all over the place. But I hear all the time that these are here in Riley County. If you said Riley County, you're wrong. They're not here in Riley County. But I hear it constantly that they're here. And what most people see are these water snakes, the Rhode species. They get that all mixed up. And then they're like, oh, I killed 5 cottonmouths. No, asshole, you didn't. You killed 5 water snakes. But whatever. So, pardon my language. It's just one of those things. All right, that's kind of a little bit of our venom rack. We'll do another video on it. It's a lot more content here sometime when I get it all finished because we're still kind of making it. We're still going to add, what I want to do is I'm going to change out all these to brand new. I'm going to put better labels on them. Although I kind of like the skull and crossbones getting labeled the way I want. And then when we finish up with everything else we're doing, we'll get in the zoo roll, and this will be where we breed the venomous here as well as in the zoo itself. So, really exciting stuff. Kurt, you got any questions?
No.
Jen, since you're standing back there, you got any questions?
No.
No? Come on, man. Somebody ask a question. Give me one.
Okay, if you get bit, how long by one of the prairie rattlesnakes, how long does it take for the venom to take effect?
You're a nurse. Shouldn't I be asking you that? It's instantaneous. Basically what happens is it's a hemotoxin. Now we're talking about prairie rattlesnakes located in Kansas.
Okay.
I need to be kind of specific about that because prairies, some of them are more neurotoxic. It depends on where you're getting them in the locale. Not that you don't treat it all with crowfab anyway, but you do. But it is a different type of venom. And that venom is pretty much, I shouldn't say instantaneous, but you're going to know you've been tagged within probably 10 to 15 seconds. You're going to start feeling that effect. It is going to be pain, intense, burning pain. Worst pain you ever felt. And somebody's probably thinking right now, that dumbass has his fingers up there. Kurt, can you show? We actually put in a guard too, so my fingers can be up here and I'm not in danger. See that? So I don't want anybody thinking now, oh, your hand's there, you're going to die. But it's pretty quick. Now you have several hours before you need to go to the hospital. You should go right away. But if you're like out in the middle of nowhere, it's going to take you a couple hours, okay? You're not going to die. Very low chance of it. As a matter of fact, most of these snakes that are here, even the timber rattlesnakes, if you got bit by one of them, you have about an 80% chance of survival with no treatment. Pretty cool, huh? They're not as much, I mean, they're deadly and they can kill you, but their reputation far exceeds their ability. Probably not their ability, but what they're most likely to do. They control that venom release. So if you want proof of that, look at those idiots. Oh, okay, let me back up. Look at those people who have that religious belief that they should dance with the snake. I don't follow that religion. I'm a good Christian person. I'm not going to dance with a rattlesnake. And they get bit, and most of them don't die. There's a couple factors into that. One, those snakes have been kept usually there. They haven't been cared for the best. They haven't been fed the best. Some places even do milk them to try to get some of that venom out. But they're not dying. Very few of them are actually dying when they get bit. And it's not because of divine protection from God because they chose to dance with the venomous snake. It's because that snake in the way it's been kept. Okay? And if they got bit by one that wanted them to die, it would have the ability to do that. But most of the time, that venom is very precious to that animal, so it's only going to give you enough in a defensive bite to do the job. But if they got hit hard enough, they're going to lose parts of their body, especially in the hand. If there's any of those people that think I'm crazy, and they want to come take me up on one of my animals, be my guest. I'll put something in your hand, and if it bites you, and you want to sign the waivers and take that ride, as long as you don't sue me, we're cool. But I'm telling you, it's going to be now, and it's going to be terrible, but your chances of dying are actually fairly low. I mean, I wouldn't want to take those odds in Vegas, and with treatment, they're very high. The number of snake deaths a year in the United States is very, very low. That includes wild snakes. The people in those churches I mentioned, and I shouldn't have called them idiots. I do apologize for that. It is their belief and it's their right, and I'm all about freedom. And it also includes people like me who keep venomous. As a matter of fact, the most dangerous domesticated animal in the United States is a horse. So I do have something I want to say to anybody who happens to be a media reporter here that reports on these issues and tries to vilify these animals and all of that. You can eat it, okay? Because you need to go talk about how evil horses are. They kill tons of people every year. Those evil bastard horses that are just murdering people left and right. And leave these alone. As a side note, I don't hate horses. People should be able to keep them too. It's just a matter of fair play. These get a lot of bad press when they really don't deserve it. They're actually amazing creatures. They have a lot of abilities. I mean, yeah, would I want 5 of them in my yard if I had kids? Obviously not. But do I care if they're out in the middle of nowhere doing their thing? No. That's why you see me do a lot of releases with them. So, I guess that was probably a little more in depth than what you wanted for an answer, but there it is anyway. That's kind of my feelings. Sorry if I offended any horse people. Like I say, it's just an example. But you don't ever hear on the news, horse kills person. If you did, they kill like 45 or 50 a year versus 2. Just saying. The numbers are out there. Don't quote me on exact numbers, but it is about that big of a disparity. Dogs beat these guys out. I think sharks kill more than these guys a year in the United States. It's pretty wild. I mean, it is what it is. All right, any more questions?
No.
All right, we're going to finish up a little bit of work we got left to do, then get out of here, and I will see you all again real soon.